morning. Today it is Saturday, November 5th. The year is 2022. Forgive the noise in the background. The dogs whimpering and crying. They're in their respective cages, and we're trying to keep them. They will go to sleep in a few minutes. Where it was raining outside, so I couldn't put them on the deck. It's pouring down raining out there, and I'm trying to get to the gym. They done pissed and crap all over his house. I'm like, okay, I had to clean that up. Y'all, it took me forever to sit here to do this, sit down and do this video this morning, going into the afternoon. There's a huge question about Takeoff, who was killed in Houston, Texas, at a bowling alley, outside of a bowling alley. They're now saying that maybe that there was not a dice game going on. Well, something happened. We still don't know what, because, black folks, we ain't snitching. So we may not ever really get the truth of the matter. Or maybe the police are just, as they do their investigation, they're being kind of tight-lipped about what took place there. At least I haven't seen anything concrete about what took place that led up to the shooting of Takeoff. So I don't know what was going on. I haven't heard anything. I've been kind of researching. I still haven't seen any news articles or nothing. But I did see a video of some on Instagram or YouTube, and it sounds like some lady was saying that there was not a dice game going on at the time when this event took place. So I don't know. There's all rumors and stuff. But one thing I do know, those two guys, Takeoff and Quavo, well-known rap artists, worth millions of dollars, hot selling records, well-known, popular hip-hop rap artists. They probably shouldn't have been at that bowling alley. When you get wealth and fame, if you're a black person, you get wealth, fame, and you're doing extremely well, you're having success, like they were having success, names known, music selling worldwide, people know who you are, you're traveling, you're doing productions, you're doing concerts, you're doing promotions, you're doing interviews, you're on the late night TV shows, you're all over. At some point in time, you guys should realize that their lives could be put at risk by not changing places where they hung out at, whether it was a nightclub, bar, old neighborhood to see friends. I've noticed one thing about all these black guys getting killed. That normally they're in a setting somewhere around other black folks who don't have the fame and wealth and money that they have. They're not on their level, so to speak. So some of the people I hear these rappers they want to keep it real, they down for the hood, they're going, but sometimes keeping it real and still associating with people who have not acquired the type of wealth or fame or success that you had. Because success can be anything. You could be a doctor, lawyer, dentist. You don't have to necessarily be a rap artist. Any type of successes you have, you need to begin changing up places where you go, where you hang out, the people you deal with. You got to change. You're moving on up the ladder of success. And you just can't hang around these low life people no more. You gotta change where you go, how you move. Everything has to change, or you're gonna end up dead. It can't escape from Niggaville. You managed to escape. You have a route out, a way to get away from this foolishness. So why would you continue to come back and hang around the residents of Niggaville? Not me. I would suggest that that's how all these guys end up getting shot and killed. They still hanging around that element. They still hang around these heathens who don't have fame, wealth, and success going for them. So Nipsey Russell, when he was killed in Los Angeles, he had opened up a store. I'll never forget this. He had a store in that, I can't think of that neighborhood up there in Los Angeles. I've been to it before. Not to the store, but I've been to the neighborhood. But he was shot and killed in that neighborhood that he was trying to bring retail into, bring store. He brought the whole shopping center, if I was correct. He was shot outside his business. Y'all know how many black people have been shot outside of the business they own by other black people? Yeah, I do. It could be a restaurant, a nightclub, clothing store, barber shop. I done read the stories about how this goes down. They're trying to stay in the hood. They're trying to keep it real. They're trying to help these communities. But the murderers come up out the community and shoot, kill them because they jealous, envy, hate. They don't have the success that you have. You have got to elevate yourself and begin moving away from these areas. It's okay to give back to a community. I understand what Nipsey Hussle was trying to do. I don't know if I can't think of the man's name. But it cost him his life. So now you can't do nothing. He would have been better off building that store someplace in a safer neighborhood. Or somewhere. You know, you want to give back. Only way I think he could have built that store in the neighborhood and had success if he wasn't there. Run the store from a distance. Or he could have made it an internet-based business based in that neighborhood, but only had the employees coming in there, and everybody else had to go, can't come to the store. In a lot of places, this is a prime example. Riderware, I have all this shit. There's no Riderware store in USA, but I buy this off online and order it, and then it's sent to me in the mail. That's where a lot of retail is going these days. We all know Amazon. You can't go to the Amazon store, at least out in Georgia, and buy anything you want. You have to order it online. That's probably what he should have did, an internet-based business where nobody can enter into that business but workers and employees, and people bring materials to drop it off. He'd still be alive now. When you're trying to cater to these people, it's not going to work. And again, I know of many people all over the United States that were black and owned a business who were shot and killed outside their own business, trying to protect their business, trying to be there. It happens frequently. And in each instance, they open up a business in these impoverished, poverty-stricken areas in an attempt to open up a restaurant or a store or a gas station, and it is disastrously. You can't do it. Now, I know some of y'all might differ, but see, listen, y'all. If you're going into a community and you're trying to improve it, and when you have people coming at you with knives and guns trying to kill you, something's not right here. At some point, you got to make a decision. I have to escape from Niggaville and handle your business a different way. This doesn't happen at all businesses, but I have noticed one thing in Atlanta and at various other places I've been to, particularly areas that serve liquor and alcohol or just catering to that urban crowd. They're ruthless. You know, there are certain restaurants that I've gone to here in Atlanta, and I saw some shit going on. I said, okay, I can come back here. I don't want to name some of them, but some of them are very popular restaurants. And there's a lot of black folks that go there, and there's always some crazy mess going on in there. And I say, nah. On top of the fact the food is outrageously priced, I'm like, damn, I buy this expensive mess. I love being black. I love my black community. I love my people, my friends, my family. I love everything. But I do understand there's an element of danger here. That's why I limit who I let come to my home. I limit who I hang around in my streets, my inner circle when I'm out in the streets and go and play. I kind of limit it because I know how this stuff can go. It can get crazy very quickly. I have friends who carry guns everywhere they go. But I've learned certain people who have a gun shouldn't have that gun. Some of them, they all get their paperwork and stuff together. And it's okay to have a gun. But some people don't need to carry a gun everywhere they go. Those people can't control the anger management skills, something always jumping off. No, you need that gun at home. Matter of fact, that's the type of person I don't want in my inner circle. And I've had to eliminate some people like that from my inner circle. So, these guys getting shot and killed, these rappers, they're going back into these urban areas, interacting with these citizens of these urban areas, and they think everything's going to be okay, but it's not going to be okay. It always ends disastrously. There's just something odd about this. It gets scary that you cannot be a successful black person and live amongst them or live among other unsuccessful black people. And there's no difference. White folks are the same as I know y'all. The white folks do it too. I don't see nobody from Beverly Hills, in these wealthy white neighborhoods mingling with that white trash in the Appalachian Mountains of Kentucky. They know better. They're not going over there. But black folks, we try to put everything together. We try to be cohesive and try to bring everybody together, rich, poor, black, all in the same neighborhoods, and it's a disaster. Because the poor folks are too busy picking off the wealthy people who have nice stuff, or middle-class people. So these neighborhoods sometimes don't work out too well. You walk out your door, and your neighbors come in and steal all your shit. Or worse, you're in your home, and a shootout happens in your neighborhood, and you end up getting shot and killed in your own home. It happens every day. Every day. As to why people will grab a gun and begin discharging a crowd of people or in a neighborhood without any regards to other people standing around is astonishing to me. So, again, I've said in previously, I keep my distance. But if you are a successful black person, you're running a business in the black community or a restaurant, just be careful. Make sure you have adequate security. Make sure that you are also checking for weapons, knives, guns, and whatever else they want to bring into these places. Everybody got a knife, everybody got a gun. It's ridiculous. It's like they're looking for trouble. I never forget that incident that happened during the Super Bowl many years ago when they went into that nightclub and that football player ended up getting charged with murder. And they had to bond him out on $1 million bond, all this crazy shit that took place in this nightclub up in Buckhead. I can't remember I could probably Google it and find it, which I know what I'm talking about. But one of the members of this football player's entourage had a knife and used it to stab these individuals they got into this fight with. I don't even know I never even found out what the fight was about. I just remember them going to court. And I remember when it happened. I think I don't know if it was one person or two people were killed, but I don't remember. I'd have to Google it. Y'all Google it and put in the comments what took place there up there in Buckhead with that football player. I think it was Andre something. Am I right? I can't remember. But had he been in listen, you out, you leave the Super Bowl, y'all done played the Super Bowl, you're in town. I don't even know if he played in the Super Bowl that time. I can't remember. But he was with a group of people, his entourage, and they had an incident that happened. Something took place in that club, and they were leaving the club, and they ended up getting into a fight with somebody, and somebody got stabbed to death. I don't want anybody in my inner circle that got to have a knife and gun around here ready to use it over something silly. We don't need to be there. If I am a well-known football player, basketball player, whatever, athlete, entertainer, rapper, I'm not going out to certain places with these crowds of people I don't know. I'm not stepping into no restaurant or club or especially nightclub with people, a large group of heathens. I don't know who they are in there, and there's no sense. I can't control how those people get into these restaurants and clubs with these weapons. It just ain't worth it for me. I find it to be too dangerous. But it's just my thoughts and opinion. I think people need to be very careful when they leave their home and hanging out in certain places and going certain things and hanging out. Whether you or even owning a business in these areas, you better watch your back. Because I've heard and seen these stories of business owners being robbed, killed in their own business. You better have some security. I think in regards to restaurants, so many people ordering food to take out. You can just set up a restaurant type restaurant. You can do for takeout only, or for delivery only. They call them ghost kitchens now. They prepare the food and you don't know where the restaurant is. You just order online and get your food and they bring it out there to you. That might be safer, sort of. At least for the owner of the business. I don't know about them drivers dropping off that food, though. That's a whole other video there. I love being black. And sometimes you guys kind of misconstrue some of the stuff that I'm saying about our community. But Because I've heard somebody say, you hate black people, you this, that. I'm thinking, why would I hate black folks when I'm a black man sitting here, but black family members, a black friend, a black partner, black hair. What are y'all talking about? I don't hate nobody black. I do hate the things that happen in the black community. Yeah, I can't stand that, man. Some of the stuff should not have happened. That boy Takeoff should have been able to go to that bowling alley, leave there, and not have any issues. How many people have to die outside these bowling alleys? There was a girl he was shot and killed in Atlanta outside a bowling alley, up in Chicago. I can name a couple of incidents where they were leaving a bowling alley. I really didn't know black folks like to bowl that damn much, but I guess they do. We've had a couple of incidents here in Atlanta outside these bowling alleys. Some rapper's girlfriend, baby mama, was killed up here off Metropolitan Parkway, outside of a bowling alley. Right. I really didn't know black folks bowl like that. I've been to bowling alleys. Let me take that back, because I have been to bowling alleys, and there were a lot of black folks in there bowling. I have. And they have some very nice bowling alleys here in Atlanta, too. Very upscale bowling alleys. However, once you reach a certain level of fame and wealth, it might be best and to your benefit to distance yourself from the community. It might be safer for you if you're trying to live a normal life. But anyway, it's gonna be a short video. This dog had acting damn fool. I'm about to lock his ass in his cage. Now I put him on this other patio out there. You hear him in the background back there. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to put these dogs so I can do these videos peacefully. And the only thing I can think is I'm gonna take them up to that third level, put a cage up there, and then they can scream and rant and rave up there, and when y'all won't hear them, so I can have a peaceful video. If I let them run out while I'm doing the video, they running around, interrupting the video, knocking over the lights, and doing all this stuff. I'm like, okay, these dogs have lost their damn minds. So I think what I'm going to have to start doing is just taking one of them cages upstairs and put them in that cage, because they will not. It ain't working. They're just determined to interrupt this video and barking and scratching at the door, and just do something else for about 20 minutes. All I need is about 20-something minutes. They ain't down for that. So anyway, today it is Saturday, November 5th, the year 2022. And I hope this video made some type of sense. I apologize for all the dog barking and scratching in the background and howling and everything else they was back here doing, getting on my damn nerves. I'm going to cook some breakfast and I got to get out of here. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.